Have you ever heard of a smile that never fades? Not the warm, genuine kind, but a smile that's a permanent fixture, a chilling, unchanging grin. Today we delve into one of the most unsettling legends I've ever come across, the story of the Mask of Eternal Smiles. Picture this, an ancient, beautifully crafted mask, perhaps made of porcelain or polished wood, with a simple, serene smile carved into its features. It looks harmless, even inviting. It's the kind of artifact you'd expect to see in a museum, a relic from a forgotten culture that valued happiness above all else. But this mask hides a terrible secret. They say it was created not to celebrate joy, but to enforce it. The legend originates from a small, secluded village, a place so isolated that its customs were a world unto themselves. The village was ruled by a chieftain who believed that sorrow was a disease, a poison that could infect the community. He decreed that sadness was forbidden. To ensure his people were always happy, he commissioned the village's most skilled artisan to create a special mask. This wasn't just any mask. It was imbued with a powerful dark magic. The command was simple: whoever wore it would smile forever. The first person to wear the mask was a young woman grieving the loss of her child. Forced by the chieftain to don it, her face, twisted in sorrow, was instantly molded into a wide, unnatural smile. The villagers were horrified. Her eyes, streaming with tears, were a stark contrast to the joyous curve of her lips. She could no longer speak of her pain. Any attempt to cry out was muffled by the rigid grin. She was a living paradox, a walking embodiment of silent despair. The curse was absolute. Once worn, the mask could not be removed. It would fuse with the wearer's skin, becoming a part of them. They would eat, sleep, and live with this permanent smile, the most terrifying part. The smile lingered even after death. The legend tells of villagers finding the woman long after she had passed away, still sitting with that same unnerving grin, her lifeless eyes staring into nothingness. The mask had fulfilled its purpose. It had erased her sorrow, and in doing so, it had erased her very soul. Over the centuries, the village vanished, lost to time. But the mask, they say, survived. It has reportedly surfaced in various places throughout history, always leaving a trail of quiet tragedy in its wake. It appears in antique shops, dusty attics, or forgotten crates, waiting for its next unsuspecting victim. Imagine finding such an object. It's beautiful, a work of art. You might be tempted to try it on just for a moment, just to see how it feels. Think about the psychology behind this. The mask doesn't just change your expression. It traps you, it forces you to project an emotion you don't feel. It's the ultimate form of emotional suppression. We all wear masks in our daily lives, don't we? We smile at our boss when we're having a bad day. We pretend everything is fine when it's falling apart. But we can take those masks off. We can go home, be ourselves, and feel our true emotions. The wearer of the Mask of Eternal Smiles is denied that release. Their private grief becomes a public spectacle of false happiness. Every account of the mask speaks of the wearer's slow decline. At first, they might try to fight it, to show their true feelings through their eyes, but as time goes on, a sense of hopelessness sets in. Friends and family, unable to see past the smile, might assume they're happy, leaving them utterly alone in their silent torment. They become ghosts in their own lives, their inner world completely disconnected from their outward appearance. There's a story from the 19th century about a stage actor, a comedian known for his infectious laughter. He was a master of joy, but privately he battled deep melancholy. One day he came across the mask in a curiosity shop. Believing it to be a unique prop, he bought it. He planned to use it in his act, a bit of physical comedy. He put it on backstage just before a show. The audience that night witnessed his most brilliant performance. His smile was wider, more dazzling than ever, but his co-stars noticed something was wrong. His eyes were filled with a terror they had never seen before. After the show, he couldn't get the mask off. He panicked, clawing at his face, but it was useless. It had already begun to bond with him. For the rest of his short life, he was the smiling man. He was committed to an asylum where doctors were baffled by his condition. He would try to scream, but only a choked, gurgling sound would emerge, his lips permanently stretched into that horrifying smile. He died in that asylum, smiling. What makes this story so chilling is that it taps into a primal fear, the loss of control, the inability to express our true selves. To be trapped behind a facade, unable to communicate your pain, is a unique and terrifying form of imprisonment. The mask isn't just a cursed object, it's a symbol of forced positivity, a commentary on how society sometimes demands we hide our struggles and just smile through the pain. But is the mask real? Like all great legends, there's no concrete proof. It remains a ghost story, a campfire tale whispered to send a shiver down your spine. Yet its message is powerful. It reminds us of the importance of authentic emotion, the right to be sad, to grieve, to not be okay. True happiness isn't a permanent state. It's a fleeting, precious thing that has more meaning because we also experience sorrow. Forcing a smile doesn't create happiness, it creates a prison. The Mask of Eternal Smiles is a cautionary tale warning us against the danger of denying our true feelings and the feelings of others. It teaches us that empathy, compassion, and allowing for vulnerability are far more valuable than 1,000 empty smiles. So, the next time you see a beautifully crafted smiling mask in an old antique store, maybe just admire it from a distance. You never know what secrets it might be hiding behind its cheerful facade. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey into the unsettling and the unknown. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and ring the notification bell. Let me know in the comments what you think about the Mask of Eternal Smiles. Until next time, stay curious.